This is Shelley. Thank you for joining me today. There are three main areas that I see people struggling right now. I'm going to draw it for you. The first one is they are lacking in deep connections. They're lacking in connecting with themselves, with their intuition, with God, with their people in their inner circle, their friends and their family. They're having a hard time connecting to other people. And mostly because they're having a hard time connecting with themselves. So that takes us over to another place that I see people struggle right now. And that is with their vibrancy. And when I first thought of that, I thought, is that even a word? Yeah, it is. I looked it up. So to feel vibrant, there are a lot of people who really struggle with that. They don't have that vibrancy in themselves. And when I think of vibrancy, I think of aliveness. A lot of people don't feel really alive in their body, feel very alert, awake. They struggle with tiredness. They struggle with stress, overwhelm. They don't feel really truly alive, and the joy that they can feel through feeling alive. Another one is feeling present. I think more than any other generation or even decade in the earth's existence, I am not sure there's ever been a time when we have struggled more with feeling present, because we have these things that we're looking at all the time. And we are and there's so, in this digital age, there is so much to distract us. And a lot of people I am watching, and I'm seeing it in my own self, in my own family, that it is easier to distract from feelings that we don't want to feel. We just go directly, if we're feeling bored or stressed or whatever it is, we just pick up that device, whatever it is. Having a hard time feeling present in the moment, and not worrying about the future, regretting the past or fearing what was done in the past, and being where your feet are, like actually being there in conversation, completely present. I think we struggle with that more than we've ever struggled with that. Vibrancy also in our mind. So being aware of what our thoughts are and how we're feeling from moment to moment. I ask people this and they struggle to know how they feel. They're like, oh, I feel fine. Well, fine means nothing. It doesn't really, fine doesn't really describe anything, good or bad. It's just fine. It's just in the middle. And also, people aren't aware of the thoughts that they're thinking that cause the feelings that they're feeling. And they don't know what the feelings are either. They are so disconnected from themselves. They don't have that vibrancy of mind and awareness of themselves and where they are. And then the one that most people think of when they think of vibrancy is the body, vibrancy in your body. And that is a lot of people struggle with their energy. They feel tired. They struggle to do the things that they really want to do. They have to gear themselves up, or they may not take care of themselves enough to overcome the things in the world that drag them down physically. And they're the foods that they eat, they're the air that we breathe, the chemicals that we put on our skin, just whatever it is. There are things that affect the vibrancy of our body. And let me tell you that when you actually work on the vibrancy of your mind, for instance, it actually affects your body in a huge way. Like it actually lifts your physical functions. and you actually physically feel better when you do any of these things. But one that I have noticed, there is a huge connection between the mind and body. And we have seen a lot of that, right? Okay, the third place where I see people struggle right now is that they don't necessarily have meaningful pursuits. Those things that maybe they've put them on the back burner. Those ways that you desire to create. And as little children, we have that naturally. We think about that. We think we pick up a stick and it's a wand, or it's a sword, or it's a lightsaber. When we're little kids, we create all the time. We use our imagination all the time. And that is where creation starts, is in the imagination, in the mind. And so that's where all of the big inventions have ever come, is from the mind. And we when we are disconnected and we feel a little bit dead, we're living in survival mode. So naturally, when we work on these two areas, we actually start to feel better. When we work on these, we start to feel better. And when we start to feel better, then we actually naturally start to desire to create something that wasn't there before, create something new. It might be creating order in your linen closet, or your silverware drawer, or your junk drawer. It might be creating an online business like I do. It might be a meaningful pursuit of helping people in some way. That's usually what a meaningful pursuit is. That's what gives it meaning, is it brings joy to someone. And so that is what I feel that we are lacking, and what is required for us. The things that we intentionally need to actually work on. This world naturally grows weeds. It doesn't naturally grow fruit trees. This is us growing the fruit trees. That's what this is. When we work intentionally on these things to overcome the pulls of the world, and society, and fear-based and messages that you hear out there, we have to intentionally plant things that will grow fruit, things that will have a wonderful ROI, return on investment, for us. We have to intentionally do that. So when we do, we experience amazing growth, and it affects our becoming. And our becoming is the whole point. The whole point of this life is who we become. Because what do we take when we leave this world? I've been thinking about this lately, because my husband's grandma, who's my grandma, I consider her my grandma, she just passed away, and she was 102. And she has a ton of deep connections with all of us. She has this vibrancy, and I consider her still living on the other side. She's moving on to whatever that is. And she has had a lot of vibrancy in her life. She created a ton of things, a ton of experiences. She traveled a lot. She did a lot in her 102 years. She grew a lot, and she became a lot. And she gets to take all of that experience, all that growth, all of the connections, the things that she created, all of those things that she created on the inside, and all of her vibrancy. She gets to take all of that with her. And so this is the point. All the other stuff is just extra. The money that we get, all of the outside things, all of that is the extra. This can bring all of that, yes. And this, in the end, is why we want it. It's to feel better. That's what everybody really wants, is to feel better. They want a better relationship with a loved one because they want to feel better. They want to feel more vibrant in their mind and their body because they want to feel better. They want more money. And maybe these meaningful pursuits, these creations are a business. They want more money because they want to feel better. So that is the point. This is what I'm coaching on in my new membership that is starting. I've done a lot of group memberships in the past, or group programs in the past. This is a membership. So this is a year-round monthly group coaching. And it starts in November. This is what we're coaching on, are all of these things in here. So each month we'll focus on one of these, where I'll teach on one of these and share tools to help deepen and increase and grow. And we'll also have one-on-one coaching as well. So 2 weeks out of the month, we will have teaching and live one-on-one coaching. 1 week, we'll have a Q&A where I will answer all of the questions that come in through email. And we will do that every month. So if this is something that you desire, this is perfect for you. If you love learning through other people, if you appreciate other people's questions because they might be something that you didn't think to ask, but you're so glad that they did. If you're somebody who is really desiring to move forward and a one-on-one coaching experience is a bit of a stretch of investment for you right now, this is a great alternative because you can still get some one-on-one coaching every now and then. You can hear other people get coached and you can learn through your own and their experiences. And I know for me, I am furiously taking notes when I'm hearing somebody else be coached. It's a really amazing experience to learn from and to take all of those things that I learned, the tools that I learned, and start using them daily for my own vibrancy, for my own aliveness, to work with my connections, to help with my plans in my meaningful pursuits. These are so exciting. And I love to have everybody work on some of these things in a more daily routine or in a daily manner so they can get to this, because everybody is wired to create. We are designed to create something. We are children of the master creator who created us and everything that we see. And so there's this innate desire in us to create. And so that is my goal for you in this membership. If you join us, that I can help you to feel better so that you can create in your life and check off all of these super important things. Do these important things that will help you feel more alive and present and all of that. So if you desire to join us, we start in November. And there are actually some bonuses for people who start during this launch. So there are 2 bonuses that I'm giving right now for those of you who are starting before November. And that is, you get a 60-minute one-on-one with me. That is a $300 value right now. And the second one is you get a free PDF of how I get messages from my angels, how I talk to my angels, my heavenly help. And that's one of my beliefs, is that we have heavenly help all around us just waiting to help, but they have their hands tied unless we ask. And so that's one of the things that I love to share with people, is how to connect and receive more information and connect with your intuition, connect with God in all of your things that you're doing. So I think I've covered everything. So I'm really excited to share this program with you and all the things that we will do. And so we'll talk to you soon. And whatever, I think I'm going to put a button around here. I'm not even sure. So this is just to give you all the information and help you know what we're doing. And I hope to see you there. Take care. See ya.